You need to get the feel of oil under your fingernails and smell the burnt oil and dust as the bikes race round the track, Bob used to tease her. Then you'll understand why I love motorcycles so much. The garage where Bob had worked was only 5 minutes away from the track. Whenever Susan decided to go with her brother and father to the garage, she and Jack would walk from there to the track and watch a race while Bob was working in the garage. They would stand on the side behind the low wall, watching the riders as they did a practice lap around the circuit, and then return to the start to line up. Suddenly, the flag would go down, and the race would begin. The riders would race past, leaving behind clouds of dust and the smell of burnt oil. Here and there on the track were several hills of dirt, known as jumps. After the start, Jack and Susan would run to the first hill to get a good view of the riders as they made their jumps. By the time Jack and Susan had reached the hill, the riders would have almost completed their first lap and would ride towards Jack and Susan, pushing into one another to get into a good position. And then whoosh! The riders would fly over the dirt jumps. "Fantastic! What fun!" Jack would shout above the noise of the engines, and Susan would cover her ears and complain about the noise. Jack didn't mind too much when Susan decided not to go with him to the races. Bob would allow Jack to help in the garage. Jack would pass tools to his father and would clean oil that had fallen on the garage floor. Getting his hands dirty made Jack feel like a real mechanic. Over the years, Bob had got to know many famous motorcycle riders and had introduced Jack to them. He was proud that his son was as interested in motorcycles as he was. But Bob hadn't always loved motorcycles.